What is going on YouTube? Espresso Shucko here, and today we are hitting the Regulation F ranked ladder for a second time with this Raging Bolt and Annihilape team. Raging Bolt and Annihilape synergize really nicely together because they cover the other's weaknesses. Raging Bolt has Thunderclap to help keep flying types as well as Urshifu Rapid Strike in check for Annihilape, while Annihilape has Terra Fire to help keep fairy types in line that itself and Raging Bolt would otherwise not overly care for. We have Incineroar to provide support for the team with Intimidate to keep physical attackers at bay, while also using Parting Shot to keep any attackers at bay by lowering both their attack and their special attack stats. And because Incineroar is so slow, it can pivot into Raging Bolt or Annihilate relatively safely, which means then we can provide some support for those two Pokemon and get them onto the field, and then go for their respective setup moves of either Calm Mind or Bulk Up. We also have Fake Out as well on Incineroar to just shut down one of our opponent's Pokemon so long as they're not holding a Covert Cloak. And then we have Knock Off and Flare Blitz for raw damage, with Knock Off also having the bonus effect of removing the opponent's item, which can make them a little bit more manageable to deal with. We have Ogerpon for raw damage with Ivy Cudgel and Horn Leech, while also having Follow Me to redirect attacks away from either Raging Bolt or Annihilate, which can be relatively nice. And it can even redirect attacks away from Ninetales in order to let Ninetales get up its Aurora Veil, which will provide overall support for the team by reducing the amount of damage that we take. It also has Icy Wind on there to reduce the speed stats of our opponent's one stage, which means that if Whimsicott doesn't come to the battle, we at least have a little bit of speed control in the form of Ninetales, and then we have Helping Hand to push our attacks over the last little bump needed to pick up a knockout. And then speaking of Whimsicott, we have the Tailwind to provide some speed control for the team, and Moonblast to hit any softened up targets to just knock them out, or if we run into something that has a special defense stat of a Wet Noodle, we could potentially knock them out with a Moonblast, or at least bring them down to a Focus Sash, while finally also having Beat Up on the Whimsicott to just make sure that Annihilape's Rage Fist just gets max power very, very quickly. So without further ado, let's jump into some battles. Alright, my opponent here has Amoonguss, Urshifu, King Gambit, Chien-Pao, Dragonite, and Entei. Man, I'm running into a lot of Chien-Pao today. Okay, so what would I like to do? I would love to annihilate. So Annihilate looks really, really good here. Now, the King Gambit could be a little bit scary, but Annihilate can also scare the King Gambit. I do like Raging Bolt here as well. We do have to deal with the Amoonguss. Now, I do have safety goggles on my Ape, so we do have that. I think we'll go Whimsicott and Annihilate. I think we'll bring Raging Bolt in the back. And Ogerpon looks really nice here as well, but so does Incineroar. And I kind of like the Ninetales too for the Aurora Veil, because we do have the ability to resist the damage or reduce the damage, but Incineroar might, you know what, Incineroar might be bad into that King Gambit, and they do have two things that can have inner focus. I think we're gonna go with the Ninetales. No, I think we're gonna go with the Ogerpon. With my logic here being, we have the Cudgel, we have the Spiky Shield, and the Horn Leech. So we do have a strong physical presence in Ogerpon as well. So if they lead Chien-Pao and Entei, I do have the Terra Fire to deal with the Sacred Fire. It's going to be King Gambit and Dragonite instead. So Annihilate Whimsicott looks relatively nice. Now they could go Terra Flying, Terra Blast, or Earthquake, which could be a little bit of a problem. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go for a Bulk Up, and I'll go for a Tailwind, and then that way we don't have to worry about Sucker Punch, and Extreme Speed will only go into Whimsicott, and the Extreme Speed would have went before my Prankster, so we should be okay there. We'll go for our Bulk Up. Luckily, Dragonite does not get Dual Wing Beat back, so that's okay. They're just going to go for an Aerial Ace into me. Now, do I want to go for the Beat Up? Well, I can't. Whimsicott went down. But Whimsicott did what it needed to do. So what we could do is we can bring in the Ogerpon. Ogerpon does have the Ivy Cudgel. It has the Spiky Shield, and it has the Follow Me. So, depending on what my opponent wants to do, we could put the Fear of Arceus into them. I'm going to go for the Spiky Shield because they went for the Aerial Ace into the Whimsicott. They might go for the Aerial Ace into the Ogerpon. That said, they could also go for the Aerial Ace into the Annihilape, but we'll see if they want to do that. If they want to hurt themselves, great, because then they break their own multi-scale if they have it, or if they're inner focus. For all I know, they could be multi-scale just to throw the bluff out for the inner focus. Now, they went for the Aerial Ace into my Annihilape instead. That's fine. We're going to get a little bit of boosted power into our Rage Fist. And I'm not opposed to my Ogerpon going for Follow Me and then letting Annihilape just wreck the Dragonite. Or what I do, I go Bulk Up and I go Follow Me with Ogerpon. Because I have no reason necessarily to pop the Terra Fire just yet. And if they have the Urshifu, that could be a big problem. So they'll try a Sucker Punch. It's not going to work. And we'll get that +2 defense, which is going to be very, very nice for getting around that Dragonite. So that is going to be enough to KO my Ogerpon. It's a crit as well, so that's definitely not doing me any favors. But that said, we can bring in the Raging Bolt, and we can go for the Thunderbolt into the Chain Pow if we need to. Yeah. I think we Rage Fist that Dragonite, because I think the obvious play is either they go Terra Ghost or they go Protect. So we'll go for a Thunderclap into the Dragonite. Now, they have the Urshifu. That's a big problem for me if Raging Bolt goes down. So I do have to be careful here. So what I want to do is I want to get that Thunderclap off into the Dragonite, and then on the off chance it's maybe a Focus Sash, we can break that too. And then the Rage Fist can just straight up take it out. So no Terra off of my opponent. That's nice. I think I have one more turn of Tailwind after this. So we're at +2 attack and defense. So this Rage Fist should do some really good damage. We did get the Thunderclap off into the Dragonite. We're going to get our Rage Fist and just get rid of that. So the question is what's left? There's the Ice Spinner off the Chain Pow. Raging Bolt lived it. I don't like how much damage it took, but it did live. So that's actually my last turn of Tailwind. So who's left? It's Entei. Okay. So we do have a little bit of safety for Annihilape, because we don't have to worry about getting burned, but we do have to worry about the Chain Pow. So I think we Drain Punch, and I think we try to Thunderclap into the Chain Pow. Okay, here comes the Terra. If this is Terra Ghost Entei, that's bad. Terra Grass, okay. Why though? They got the Sucker Punch into Annihilape. We don't get the Thunderclap into Chain Pow, so good to know that if Chain Pow goes for the Sucker Punch first, then Thunderclap's not going to work. Which I kind of figured because of how Sucker Punch works with Sucker Punch. But still good to confirm. We get all that HP back. So Annihilape just got rid of Entei. Now we just need to be able to hit Chain Pow twice. That should be okay, right? And if they want to Sucker Punch me, they can Sucker Punch me. Because I'm just going to get more HP back. We're going to go for the Rage Fist this turn, and then that way that covers for... oh, wait a minute. I could have just gone Drain Punch now, because they just went Terra Grass. Brain fart. Anyways, Sacred Sword is going to hurt, but we got the Rage Fist off. We're going to bring it down to its sash. I should have gone for the Drain Punch there, just for the extra HP, though. That was a little bit foolish of me, but... Annihilape should be okay. Let's see. 1 HP. Oh my god, Annihilape. Oh my god. Woo! 1 HP. Okay. Definitely should have gone for the Drain Punch the turn before. But yeah, okay. Okay, we still win. That's all that matters. Good game to my opponent. Alright, my opponent here has Rillaboom, Heatran, Whimsicott, Harf Flame, Ogerpon, Urshifu, and Landorus. Alright, so, you know what I'm going to say, Annihilape looks good. As far as the Raging Bolt side of things go, this really does not look good, though. So, I think Raging Bolt's going to stay home for this one. Yeah, Annihilape looks really, really good here because I can always go for the Rage Fist. And if they lead Landorus into my Annihilape, great. They'll give me a Defiant boost. I really like the idea because they do have the Rillaboom. Like, I could always lead Whimsicott and go Incin instead. Or pop my Terra Ghost on my Whimsicott. And honestly, I think Ogerpon might be in my best interest for dealing with their Ogerpon. Because if they go Terra Fire on their Ogerpon, I can always go Terra Water. And then it could be a battle of the Ivy Cudgels. Where I'll resist theirs and then they'll just, you know, not appreciate mine. But that said, let's see what my opponent does. I'm assuming it's Terra Grass on the Heatran too. So my opponent has Heatran and Whimsicott. So they can easily go for their own Tailwind, which I'm not terribly concerned about, honestly. If I pop Terra Fire right away, that could be risky, though, because they could have an Earth Power, thinking that I'm going to go Terra Fire. So maybe what we'll do here is we'll go for Tailwind on my Whimsicott. They're going to go Sunny Day. Okay. So a Heat Wave is going to hurt, but we should be okay. They didn't pop a Terra Grass on their Heatran, so Annihilape's just going to go straight out for blood and just get major damage off. Annihilape also dodges the Heat Wave. That's wonderful. Now my Whimsicott's only got the 1 HP. And it got burned. So that's not going to do us any good. But Ogerpon coming in might not be the worst thing here. They don't have their own Tailwind. So I could do one of two things. I could go for Incineroar and fake out, or I could just go for the Ogerpon. I think Incineroar is the safer play, because we can go for the fake out. Now, if they're Focus Sash, great. Fake out will stop them. If they're Covert Cloak, not good. So, what we could do instead is maybe we go for a fake out into the Heatran and go for a Rage Fist into the Whimsicott. Because there's worse things than Annihilape could be locked into. And then that way that also lets me save my Terra Fire for Ogerpon and go Terra Water instead. Because I don't really have the need to go Terra Fire right now. Now, my opponent did call the fake out, or they called the Drain Punch, which, you know what, that'd be fair too. But if this isn't Focus Sash, this will be a good way to find out. And they're just going to do a lot of damage to my Annihilape in retaliation, but That's fine. I'm pretty sure we should be faster than their Heatran with our Tailwind. If they pop Tailwind, because Heatran's base 77. They also didn't pop a Tailwind, so that's nice. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Annihilape's like base 90 speed. So, with the Tailwind, we should have been okay there. And honestly, the Incineroar is going to be nice here, because we're going to just nail that Whimsicott with the Flare Blitz under the sun. So, I do like that. Now, my opponent does get to bring in 2 fresh Pokemon, but what I can maybe do is I could maybe go Protect on Annihilape, so long as it's not Urshifu. I'm pretty sure they had an Urshifu on this team. Gortrom, who is Rillaboom, okay, and Landorus. Okay. Ogerpon does not hate this. Is this my last turn of, is this my last turn at Tailwind, though? Yeah, that's the other thing. And can I live a Grassy Glide at this range? Ooh, that's a good question. This is my last turn of Tailwind. But if I go Terra Fire, I'll resist the... end up resisting the Grassy Glide, so I might live. Now, I don't have a bulk up in me, but I do have a free +2 off that Intimidate, so I definitely like the idea of preserving Incin and then trying to get this Drain Punch off. Because there's no way you go for the Fake Out into the Annihilate slot. I'm pretty sure Landorus is going to try to knock me out, but I'm pretty sure they go Fake Out into the Incin slot. Nice! 3 HP. Whew, okay, Landorus was faster. That's scary, but we get back all that HP. That's great. So, I think we follow me, and I think we Drain Punch again. Yeah. So, apparently the Tailwind did not matter. Though, you know what? A Rage Fist could be nice here, too. The fact that they had Stomping Tantrum makes me wonder if they have Earthquake or not. That said, we got to get rid of that Rillaboom. Or the no, the Landers could be bad too. Let's try to get Annihilape a little bit more HP back. Because here's the other thing too. Would they go for Earthquake in grassy terrain? Okay, they're Terra Fire on the Rillaboom. All right, so they're covering for the Incin. If they think I'm switching back in. And high horsepower off Rillaboom could be scary. Earthquake would have reduced power on grassy terrain, so we should be alright. Yeah, we should be okay here. They're going to go for U-turn into the Ogerpon, but that's fine. Ogerpon faints, Incin's going to come in, and Annihilape's just going to pick off the Rillaboom. So we do have the HP boost now, or rather, we have more HP back. Now, Annihilape is weak to the Stomping Tantrum because it's Terra Fire, but we can always come back in with the Intimidate into the Lando. And between Landorus having to deal with both Annihilape and Incineroar, we should be okay, especially since they're at -1 attack. So maybe we Rage Fist, and maybe we go for the Fake Out. We get our Fake Out, and Annihilape's taken at least 3 hits, so this is going to be one heck of a Rage Fist. I'm pretty sure we're at base 200 power right here, so there we go. Wonderful! Once again, good job, Annihilape. It's a shame Raging Bolt couldn't have come to this one, but Annihilape definitely did what it needed to do there, so I'm very happy with how that played out. Good game to my opponent. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching this team in action, and in conclusion, Annihilape just will not die. I don't know what I'm more impressed with in game one, how we just fumble there instead of going for the Drain Punch and just going for the Rage Fist with Annihilape holding out with 1 HP. Or in the second game there where Annihilape just ended up getting knocked down to 3 HP to just survive, take the Drain Punch, heal itself back up, let Incineroar come in, and then just went for game with the Rage Fist. It's a shame that Raging Bolt just didn't come to the last game there, but the way how this team is built, it's equally as much of an Annihilate team as it is a Raging Bolt team. So the nice thing here is you just adjust as according to when you need to for the matchups. Overall, I am very happy with how the team played out between this video as well as the first video, and this is also your friendly reminder, if you haven't watched the first video, go do that. Watch Annihilate, go have fun as well in that video. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the team. You've been awesome. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments below, and I will see you next time.